Cap and trade system. Cap and trade system is a market based approach for reducing pollution. It could be air pollution, it could be pollution, water pollution, it could be the control of the greenhouse gases which are emitted so that the climate change issue is tackled. Now, what is this cap and trade kind of system, and how is it different from a taxation system? Let us understand this a bit. So, in the cap and trade system, you see that there are two terms used. One is the cap, other is the trade. So, what is this cap? Cap is used, this term cap is used in the sense of limit. So, the government sets a limit. Limit on what? The government sets the limit on the pollution, allowed pollution. So, the government says that, okay, only so much of pollution is allowed. So, the government decides the cap. Okay, we can only have this much pollution in total. Government sets the limit, government sets a cap. Now, what next? Then there are pollution allowances. What are allowances? So the government allowances means permits, license. Now what does this license? License to pollute. How much? So the government then gives out or sells permits, allowances to companies, allows them to emit a certain amount of pollution. Now, each permit would represent a specific amount of pollution that a company is allowed to emit. So now again, the government has played its role. What is the role? The role is the government is allowing certain permits or allowances to the companies to pollute, right, beyond up to a certain point. But that's okay. What if the company exceeds its pollution? Because the cap is already put, the allowances are given that this is the maximum one can pollute. So, if the company is exceeding its limit, government then is allowing the trading of the pollution. Now, this is interesting. It is cap and trade, mind well. So, the government is now allowing trading. So, what is a trading? Trading means the government allows the companies to trade this pollution permits among themselves. So, if let us say that there is a company which is relatively clean, that is, it is less polluting. So, what would happen? That company would not need all of its pollution permits. So, it would have a surplus. It can sell them. Let us say that there is another company which is much more polluting and it is exiting its pollution quota. So, what would that company do? That company would buy the pollution permit from the company which is not polluting much, right? So, now what is this logic behind this? What is the logic behind cap and trade? You might say that, okay, so the pollution is anyway happening, right? So, the idea is, and that is what is said in the support of cap and trade, the idea is that because there is a limited number of permits available, the companies have to think about how much pollution they really need to emit because there is a cap. So the companies have to think about ways of reducing their pollution. Also, because the companies will have to buy it from the market. So buying means spending money, right? So if the government's company has to buy it from the market, that would discourage, and it's assumed that that would discourage the companies from polluting more, and it would encourage the companies to find ways to pollute less, right? Third important part is the government makes sure everyone follows the rule. So the government makes sure that everyone follows the rules and doesn't emit more pollution than their permits allow for free. So, if the government does not allow a company to exit a particular pollution for free, so the market now plays a role in deciding the price. Next thing is if the government tightens this cap, if it keeps on lowering the cap, then there would be more stringent rules, and the price of pollution allowances would be much more, and that would again be a disincentive to pollute more, right? So this is how the cap and trade system work. How it works: the government sets a limit, government allows pollution, that is, it gives us pollution allowances, or it gives permits for beyond this, below this permits, the companies are allowed to emit for free. Beyond that, the companies are to pay and purchase the permits from the market if they are available. Now, how would they be available? How would trading happen? Trading would happen only if one company is polluting less and the other company is polluting more. So, in this way, there would be a cap and trade system where there would be a trading of pollution, and the things would be taken care of. So this is how it is proposed. However, the critique of the system is that uh, it says that you are basically trying to put a value to the emission. You are trying to not aim for a drastic reduction in the emission, because what you are doing is that you are simply shifting the pollution from one place to the other place, right? And that is not done. This system, when it is used in the international scenario, cap and trade system or the permit system, you think of this, that let us say that there is an industrialized country, and the industrialized countries would continue polluting, continue emitting greenhouse gases, and continue exceeding their quota. And what would they do in order to make sure that they still are within the legal framework? They would purchase the pollution allowances, they would purchase the trading permits from the developing world, from the underdeveloped countries like Africa, and then in absolute sense there would be no reduction in the greenhouse gases. So this is the critique of cap and trade system. I hope that the concept of cap and trade system is clear to you. Thank you very much.